Originally, email was totally unencrypted. There was no protections on it whatsoever. So when people started realizing that email was a great way to communicate and needed to be able to add some security, they started looking around for some solutions. Generally, two types of solutions came up at that time. The first was this really cool thing called PKI that had come out around that in the late 70s. And what that basically did was take two keys, one which could lock a message and the other which could unlock, and allow someone to securely send a message from one point to another. The problem with that is I first have to send you the keys to be able to send that message. That means that before I can even ever send you the secure data, I have to send you the keys. This makes a lot of extra steps. Now, this has basically gone on for a long time. It's very secure, but it is very user unfriendly, and it brings in a whole host of other issues that have to be dealt with: management headaches, key revocations and expirations, and how does an individual user manage keys for every single person that they may ever want to talk to, and not to mention how do they get to that key in the first place, how do they know who they want to send securely or not securely. The other method is to do things like encrypting things and then using a password, but again, I have to deal with how do I get the password to the person that I'm sending to. It becomes a second step that has to occur. It's not very user friendly, and the reality is that's why secure email didn't actually take off for a very long time. Well, for a secure mail solution today to be of value to anybody, one of the first things it has to do is it has to be easy to use for the sender. The sender has to be able to do what they're normally doing to send a message and still be able to send it secure. So before, where I was talking about needing to pre-exchange keys or passwords by calling somebody up, that can't happen in today's world. We move too fast for someone to be able to take the extra steps necessary to do that. Yet that's not all. On the other side, as the recipient, I don't want to have to deal with having to go out of band to get that key or that password and learn how to use that system. I need something that I can get a message that I've not seen before and quickly click through and gain access to that secure information, and then be able to respond and be able to have a conversation via what I'm doing today, the way I'm familiar with doing things today. That also means I need to be able to do things from a mobile device perspective. Lots of people are carrying around Blackberries, iPhones, Androids, iPads, tablets, things that didn't exist 10 or 15 or even 30 years ago when secure mail was first thought of. And these tools need to be able to be used directly within the secure mail environment and system. And then a side benefit of all of that, actually not even a side benefit, it's a key benefit, is that since it's going to be so easy to use, I'm going to reduce my compliance issues because people are going to take advantage of this. It's like, why not use it? It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't take any extra time. I don't have any problems using it. It's easy for me. It's easy for the person I'm sending to. It's easy for them to respond back, so that I'm increasing the compliance just by reducing the barrier to use, and then that limits my liability, and it makes the company more secure in their environment overall. And then, of course, lastly, is I have to have a simple way to manage this system. I don't want to have to deal with key management as I would have to in PKI. I want that to be handled automatically. I want users to be able to click a button and have a message sent securely and be able to get replies securely without having to go through all the hassles and headaches of key management and administration and all the things that go with that. So what I really need is a simple system to use from the sender's perspective, from the recipient's perspective, from the administrator's perspective, which then makes it a successful deployment for a company.